Hi, today we're going to be talking about estimating scientific notation. Some people know it as times larger, times bigger, times smaller, those kind of things. So as you can see, I can estimate how many times larger a larger number is to a smaller number using scientific notation. Here we have an example of how many times larger is 8 times 10 to the 5th than 4 times 10 to the 3rd. The first thing we want to go ahead and kind of understand and know is the formula of how to go ahead and estimate scientific notation. That formula is the bigger number divided by the smaller number. And so first of all, we want to check and make sure which one is the bigger number. For us to go ahead and do that, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the exponents. So we're going to look at 8 times 10 to the 5th. So this is times 10 to the 5th. This one over here is times 10 to the 3rd. So as we know that the higher the exponent, the higher the number it's going to be is if it's a positive kind of area. And so we're going to go ahead and put the 8 times 10 to the 5th on the top, 4 times 10 to the 3rd on the bottom. So let's go ahead and do that, and let's figure out this answer. So we have 8 times 10 to the 5th divided by 4 times 10 to the 3rd. And what we can do is, as we were dividing exponents, or the scientific notation with the exponents before, we can go ahead and remember that we can divide the front numbers. So 8 divided by 4, we know that that is 2. And then we're going to go ahead and divide the exponents. So we have 5 on top, 3 on bottom. We know that we can cross out 3 of them and leave 2, or 5 minus 3 is 2. So we're going to have 8 times 10 to the 2nd. And then we want to write this actually in standard form, not in scientific notation. So we have 2, move the exponent or the place over twice as far as the exponent. So then it's going to be 200 times larger. Okay. Let's go ahead and put that in our calculator. So we have the 8 times 10 to the 5th. And remember, we're going to put parentheses around everything. Then we have divided by 4 times 10 to the 3rd. And then if we go ahead and press enter, we have the 200 times larger. Here we have another example of how many times larger is 9 times 10 to the 12th, then 5 times 10 to the 9th. Again, we understand and know the rule that we have is it's going to be the bigger number divided by the smaller number. So let's look at it again. So we have the exponent is 12. We have an exponent of 9. This one is bigger than that one. So we're going to go ahead and divide it. So we're going to say 9 times 10 to the 12th divided by 5 times 10 to the 9th. Okay, and we can go ahead and we can put that in our calculators, right? We've done that before, so we have it, the 9 times 10 to the 12th divided by 5 times 10 to the 9th, and then if we press enter, then we have 1,800 or 1,800 times larger. So that would be our answer. So 1,800 times larger. And remember that we want to go ahead and have the answer in standard form, not scientific notation form. And then just as a reminder, we can also do it by hand. We're going to go ahead and do 9 divided by 5. So remember our long division kind of stuff. So how many times does 5 go into 9? It goes into once. 5, subtract it off. And we're going to go ahead and get 4. We have our decimal point. We need to bring it up. Remember, add a 0, bring it down. 40. And then 8 times 5 is 40. Divided off is 0. And then we're going to have 10 to the 12th divided by 10 to the 9th. Remember that we can do 12 minus 9 and get 3 as our answer. So we have 10 to the 3rd. Put it together. We have 1.8 times 10 to the 3rd. And then again, we want it in standard form. So move it over 3 times, right? And then that's where our 1800 comes from as far as our answer. So here we've done a long division without a calculator. We've also done it with a calculator, but this is estimating scientific notation. How many times larger and then how many times smaller. Remember the bigger numbers on the top, the smaller numbers on the bottom, and divide them out.